The Islamic Republic of Mauritania in West Africa is desert country, a sea of sand and scrub. The cattle, and particularly the camels, provide milk for the country's 2 million people, nourishment which helps them survive their harsh environment.
Unless you live here, you can't imagine how hot and dry it does get. And here you are jumping around, you know, and shouting at the people and everything. And then when you drink this, you kind of feel it going all through you and all down right down to your fingertips, you know, and you really feel cool and calm and so on. And people say, and it's true, once you get hooked on it, you can't do without it.
I have it in the morning, in the evening, and every time, yes. Cheers.
In the capital, Nouakchott, Nancy Abeiderrahmane set up the country's first dairy in 1989. She pasteurizes, packages, and sells cows' and camels' milk.
The equipment is all stainless steel, standard Western equipment, but it's designed on a principle that's called a mini dairy. So it's very small capacity compared to Western equipment. Everything is very small. This is the camel's milk arriving, and it's poured here. We filter it through this cloth just to be sure. We've gradually trained them to bring it cleaner. It used to be really thick, you know, there's a kind of a cake. Mashallah. This is the reason we pasteurize the milk.
The dairy produces 640,000 liters of milk a year. Only extraordinary commitment and tenacity got the dairy built. And it's demanded all Nancy's energies ever since. It's been more than just a struggle for survival.
That isn't enough. The word isn't enough. It's been a kind of a despairing, losing battle for half of the time. It's been very difficult because first we didn't find the milk, and then every time we could find the milk, then it wasn't sold. And so we've kind of fluctuated around a very, very low figure of sales. In good sense, I should have stopped. Technically, we're bankrupt, but this system hasn't pushed me to bankruptcy yet. The real motivation behind it all was this profound persuasion that this has to be done and that nobody else was doing it. And the only people who were investing in milk or thinking milk were thinking imported powdered milk. Obviously, you're losing all the benefit of fresh milk, and you're also wasting millions of liters of fresh milk available. So this means that these poor countries are getting poorer and poorer. We have very skinny cows and very skinny camels that need to be fed. And they need to be improved and they need to be looked after. And the way this can happen is by giving them economic interest.
This particular group of herders live 19 kilometers outside Nouakchott. Because they sell their milk to the dairy now, their lives have changed and they're less nomadic.
They get an income from it, which means they can feed their animals and they can buy clothes and they buy everything they need. And also they find the work is more pleasant than when they used to sell it on the streets, because they can milk at the proper milking time, and it gives them time to give the animals feed, and they find the work is much more pleasant.
The camels are milked twice a day, at dusk and at dawn.
Do taste this. Well, this is the greatest treat, yes. This is hospitality, obviously, but it's also considered to be the best thing Mauritania can offer. Freshly milked, frothy camel's milk. This is the thing.
With her Rolex award, Nancy intends to extend the dairy and make cheese from the excess milk.
The supply of milk is very fluctuating and irregular. And if we could have something with a long conservation time that we could produce when we have too much milk, then we wouldn't have to be refusing milk like we are just now. So if we could make cheese at those times, this would enable us to buy all the milk available, and this wouldn't discourage people from bringing us the milk when we need it.
Slowly, Mauritanians are realizing the dairy's pasteurized, germ-free products are not only worthwhile, but are worth paying for too.
Little by little, they taste it and they find that it has the good taste. And then personally, I'm always telling people about germs and typhoid, you know, and cholera and TB and terrible things. I'm not sure they believe it. But little by little, they find that it's cleaner. It's not possible. You can't have 500,000 people not drinking pasteurized milk. They think I'm pretty crazy, I think, to tell you the truth.
Do you think you're crazy?
Yes, completely. If I had any good sense, I would have never have done this. But it's the satisfaction of my life, to tell you the truth. Apart from the 4 children I have and so on, it's great to have had an idea and to have been able to actually set it up, implement it, and see it come true.